All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be covering the huge news that just released in regard to PayPal incorporating Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to their platform. Let's get straight into it. As always, we'll go over each topic that we're going to be discussing, then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, of course, Bitcoin on TradingView. You guys know we got to cover some technicals. Beautiful price action for great news, okay? So it makes sense. This price action is very justified. You can see Bitcoin hopping up to a high, the highest level since June or July of 2019. We'll go over that. July of 2019 right there. You can see this next article at over $13,200, you guys. You love to see it exceeding expectations. We've been bullish on Bitcoin for a while, but this news just sent it over the top, and we will, of course, go over some price targets because I'm very optimistic personally. All right, we'll go over that. We will also, of course, go over the news. So we got a couple articles to look at here, Bloomberg and CNBC. So we got a Bloomberg article. We will read the Bloomberg article for the actual contents of the whole article. We'll go over a few paragraphs on here because I actually like this article more personally. But CNBC, you guys, the beautiful thing about this, we'll go over some highlights here. But the big thing I saw today, you guys just type in PayPal Bitcoin. This is across every news outlet. CNN, Fox, the biggest outlets in the world, Reuters. This is a headline across every single news outlet. This is in front of everyone's faces. This is huge news. Even PayPal was up over 5% today in the markets. So obviously, people in tech, big tech, PayPal, it's freaking PayPal. So this is huge news, you guys. I mean, this is great news. And again, Bitcoin is acting so accordingly. Before we get into it, as always, you guys, though, I will ask you to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And of course, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter if you want to know not only how I'm currently trading Bitcoin, but all of the other Bitcoin related stocks, other cryptocurrencies in my portfolio, call options, put options, stock positions, cryptos, everything in my portfolio. Update that every single trading day. Along with every update, I do send an email newsletter rationalizing my thoughts. I send that out during market hours to give you guys real-time updates of what I'm personally doing. Okay, so first link in the description if you're at all interested in that. If not, no worries. Let's get into some of this news. Obviously, we have to kick it off with, we'll go over the highlights first, then we'll go on to the article, and then we'll finish it off with Bitcoin on the charts. All right. So, CNBC, PayPal gets into crypto with new features for trading and shopping. Key points. PayPal's new cryptocurrency service will launch in the US in the coming weeks and features Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Huge, you guys. This is huge news. By early 2021, the company also plans to let customers use crypto to pay for things from its network of 26 million retailers. That's so big. The announcement comes as more financial institutions signal their entry into the nascent cryptocurrency market. So again, you guys, we cover the sector a lot. We get a lot of crypto convos on this channel, and again, over the past year, few months specifically, so much institutional players are coming into Bitcoin. Not only hedge funds, not only banks are picking up Bitcoin, but companies, again, MicroStrategy, Square, are adding large sums, like hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin onto their balance sheet. So huge deal, you guys. This is huge news, and the tsunami's freaking coming. This is the beginning of the next bull market, and this we will go into it. Crypto investor Novograd says we have crossed the Rubicon. I 100% agree with that. So let's get into this article for itself, and then we'll finish off once again with the charts. Bitcoin surged past $13,000 for the first time since July 2019. Huge moment for you guys. After PayPal Holdings Inc. announced it will allow customers to use cryptocurrencies. The largest digital coin increased $950 or 8% during traditional trading hours in New York. It climbed up another 2% to 13,119 in early Asian trading. Gains among so-called altcoins were even bigger on Wednesday, with Litecoin jumping more than 13% and Bitcoin Cash surging more than 9%. So again, you guys, keep in mind when the Bitcoin cycle does happen, when the Bitcoin rally happens, you're going to see altcoins perform sometimes better, sometimes worse than Bitcoin. But always remember, Bitcoin is the king. Ethereum is the second best. Like, the market really dictates the market well, in my personal opinion. Bitcoin, Ethereum, if you're gonna play the space, those are the two safest yet still very lucrative plays, in my personal opinion. PayPal customers can buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. So obviously, it does make sense that smaller players like Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin are doing well today as well, because they're being incorporated to PayPal's 400 million person network, as well as the virtual money to shop at the 26 million merchants on its network. Shares of PayPal jumped 5.5% to $213, the biggest increase since May. So huge news. Mike Novogratz, who runs Galaxy Investment Partners, he's a huge name in the Bitcoin space. You guys have probably heard of him if you're involved in this sector. On Twitter, called it the biggest news of the year in crypto. 100% agree with that. adding that banks will embark on a race to service digital currencies. We have crossed the Rubicon, he said. And again, I agree with that. We have crossed that line. This is a very, this will be looked back upon as a very pivotal moment fundamentally for Bitcoin. Price action too, it's crazy that we're at the highest level since freaking 2019. It's been over a year, you guys. So that's crazy, not only in terms of price action, but in terms of fundamentals. A payment giant, PayPal, the original payment giant, is incorporating cryptocurrency. And you guys, this is revolutionary. This is what we've been waiting for, and it's finally coming to fruition, which feels so good to be validated in this way. The news sparked an exuberant response from the crypto fans who pointed to a string of recent announcements that suggest wider acceptance by old school finance mainstays. Two public companies right here, again, Square and MicroStrategy, said recently that they invested in Bitcoin, and Fidelity Investments announced in August that it's launching its first Bitcoin fund, adding its establishment name and star power to the often maligned asset class. Jeez, sorry about that. Okay, so as you can see here, this PayPal news is the biggest news of the year in crypto. Fire, absolute fire, you guys. Finishing off here, PayPal said it plans to make the features available as a funding source for purchases as its merchants worldwide, and plans to expand it to Venmo soon. You guys, everyone uses Venmo. I use Venmo almost on a daily basis. Every person, probably I would say under 35, probably uses Venmo on a fairly regular basis, I would say. No metrics to back that, but just kind of feet on the ground estimate. Okay, so merchants will be paid in traditional currencies such as the dollar rather than cryptocurrencies when PayPal customers make the purchases. So again, they're pretty much just acting as a middleman. You can pay with the goods with cryptocurrency, but PayPal is paying the vendor, of course, in dollars. So they're acting as the middleman. They're holding cryptocurrency. And this is smart because they're actually adding a lot of crypto through this process to their balance sheet. So they're not directly buying crypto like Square and MicroStrategy. They're actually becoming an exchange in a sense and holding it on their balance sheet through customers making purchases. So it's a very organic way of accumulating Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, which is great. It's great business. Dan Schulman, the firm's president and chief executive officer, said in a statement that the shift to digital forms of currencies is inevitable, bringing with it clear advantages in terms of financial inclusion and access, efficiency, speed, and resilience of the payment systems, and the ability for governments to disperse funds to citizens quickly. CEO of PayPal just said this, you guys. Digital currencies are inevitable. So we've been saying for so long, it's inevitable that something like Bitcoin, such a hard money asset, can't be printed out of thin air. The Bitcoin network is the strongest in the world because its miners are incentivized to mine Bitcoin and keep the network secure and validate the network, and they're paid in Bitcoin. And obviously there's going to be more and more miners coming into the space when the Bitcoin value of Bitcoin goes up, becomes profitable to mine. Again, the more mining you do, the more secure the network becomes, the more these miners are paid. And it's the most brilliantly designed kind of cycle. Definitely the most brilliantly designed technological cycle that I'm no technical phenom by any means, but I've heard people like Jack Dorsey, founder of Twitter, founder of Square, technical phenom, Kevin Systrom, founder, creator of Instagram. These guys are brilliant, tech savvy dudes, and they're two of the biggest Bitcoin bulls I know. So they've said similar things. This is the most beautifully designed product ever. Okay, so finishing off, we will of course take a look at the charts. You guys can see here again, it's so crazy, so beautiful. Bitcoin peaking out at $13,250 today. I mean, you'd love to see it, you guys. We're seeing a bull flag, somewhat of a bull flag play out here, but it's kind of just a higher low. You can see in the past. Let's go to the we don't need to go to the hourly, you guys. You guys can see here it corrected. It kind of looks funny. I looked at it on Robinhood not too long ago. It looks funny how quickly it went up and went down. So the bubble, a very short-term bubble pop, like the daily bubble popped a little bit, and it's really consolidating around here. You can see a lot of strength at this previous high. It makes perfect sense that it bounced down to here. It corrected down to exactly where it first reached its high just earlier today. So huge news, you guys. It's doing well, and I think it's all upside from here. We are back in this ascending channel here, you guys. Let's actually go to the daily because I'm going to zoom out a lot. We are back into this ascending channel. I've been saying this a lot. My trading view has been tweaking out. You guys, sorry about this. You're going to have to bear with me. But you guys know I've been covering this almost on a daily basis. And I did just send this exact chart out to the newsletter this morning. So shout out to the newsletter. Shout out to you guys. Let me know if you're still watching the videos. Excited about this. Again, you guys saw it first. But again, you guys, I think it will. Always keep in mind when I draw these arrows, I have no idea what's actually going to play out. And I know most of you guys know that, but I do have to say it's almost inevitable that exactly this won't play out. But just looking at charts for years, this is probably something what I would expect to play out. See a significant move up. Bitcoin has so much fundamental, so much technical momentum behind it right now. We'll probably see a very sharp move up. Again, it wouldn't surprise me at all to retest these areas. So this is a medium-term uptrend, line of resistance on an ascending channel. This one is a very conservative line of resistance on that initial ascending channel that Bitcoin began printing from those March lows, and it would make perfect sense to me. Again, you guys, these coincided by Christmas, but it wouldn't surprise me at all to see Bitcoin test either of these channels. This one would make a lot of sense because both of these make sense to me. It wouldn't surprise me to see either. But Bitcoin could shoot straight up here, hit the 17K mark. We've seen a lot of resistance at 17K in the 2017 cycle. That's why I have this line drawn right here. So it wouldn't surprise me at all for Bitcoin, like over the coming weeks, I would say, to reach 17K. Say we reach 17K, which is like right between here, which would actually make sense now that I'm kind of looking at it, just real time looking at it with you guys. It would actually make sense. I would say like in the next few weeks, with all this fundamental momentum behind Bitcoin, we've seen it happen in the past, for Bitcoin to come up, test the $17,000 region, probably correct back down pretty significantly to whatever high was back down here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it hits 17K, recorrects back down to like 14K or something. So pretty significant correction, 14, 15K, give or take. But then ultimately comes back up to, I think Christmas. I think this is going to be a green Christmas, okay? White Christmases, nah. Green Christmas, yes. Okay, so we want to see that green Christmas for Bitcoin. And again, you guys, there's so much fundamental momentum behind Bitcoin right now. It wouldn't surprise me if we blow past. I think it's almost inevitable. Like I would say 99.99% that we will blow past for sure by 2021, like no doubt. But maybe even by the end of 2020, I think we could set new all-time highs in Bitcoin, which would breach 20K. 25K, 30K, who knows? But I think it's possible, you guys. Again, following this news, great news. Let me know what you thought about this video. I will be releasing a video probably like 12 hours from now. Just finished recording it. That's titled My Top 3 Cryptocurrencies, or my top 3 Bitcoin related stocks, I'm sorry, for the remainder of this year. You guys definitely know some of the names in there, but hold off on it. I'm sure you guys can guess. I'll let you guys guess down below if you guys want to, but super excited for that. I'm excited for the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space as a whole. You can see Ether, Litecoin, obviously XRP and Chainlink are going to be killing it as well. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. As always, let me know what you guys are excited about, because I'm probably excited about it too, and I will gladly talk to you about it. So look forward to talking to you guys downstairs. Look forward to learning from you guys. Again, if you're still around, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more content like this. And if you're still watching, I appreciate you. So until next time, you guys, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.